Cursedtini. I recently got my hands on a copy of Pokemon Black, and all of my friends had already downloaded Victini to their game packs. So, after school one day, I sat down in my bedroom and selected Mystery Gift. I waited for a few minutes and then a Liberty Pass came. I thought there might have been something wrong with my pass, though, because the envelope, instead of being cream and orange like Victini, was black and red. The pass itself, however, featured a picture of a lighthouse, dark purple shrubs, and a red sky. I ignored it and headed towards Liberty Pier. When I showed the pass to the lady in front of the boat, instead of showing me into the boat, she said, "You don't want to go to the island." Then a text box came up, saying yes or no. I chose no. The lady showed me to the boat. When I arrived on the island, it didn't say Liberty Island. Instead, it said Cursed Isle. I passed it off as some sick idiot at Nintendo's idea of a joke, and continued to the lighthouse. To my surprise, there were no Team Plasma grunts around. Must be my lucky day, I thought. So I entered the basement, where Victini was located. Big mistake. What I saw there haunts my nightmares to this day. Inside the basement, there were overworld sprites of many player characters and their party Pokemon. There was blood everywhere. On the walls, someone had written, "Leave," and "Run before it gets you," in blood. Under the bed, I could see half of a Snivy. I decided to leave, since one of my friends could give me a proper Liberty Pass. Just as my character walked through the door, a battle scene was triggered. The character that came up on the other side of the screen had the sprite of Victini, only the text read, "Cursedtini" appeared. On closer inspection, the sprite had several differences. Its fur covered its feet, the head crest was larger, and the ends hung down more. Its fingers curled into claws. One of its eyes was nothing but a dark socket that was crying blood. Its eyes looked sad, but there was a huge dark grin on its face. The text read, "Georgia sent out Fluffy. My level 70 Risharum was sent out. I couldn't make a move for some reason." Cursedtini used Assimilate. It grew from level 15 to level 70. Now I could make a move. I quickly used Extrasensory.
Fluffy used Extrasensory. It doesn't affect Cursedtini.
I figured it was a dark type and decided to switch out the next turn.
Cursedtini used Curse. Cursedtini cut its health by half. Fluffy is in horrible pain.
A horrible, high-pitched grating noise blared out from the speakers. I tried turning the volume down, but nothing happened. About 10 seconds later, the noise stopped. Fluffy's HP was at 170 of 298. I switched Fluffy out for Aqua, my Samurott.
Cursedtini used Assimilate.
It was now at level 64. I used False Swipe. I had it down to 1 HP now. I wondered if I should catch it, run, or make it faint. I selected Run.
Can't escape.
I decided to use the timer bell on it. I caught it on my second one. Only then I noticed that Cursedtini had no idle animation. Oh well, I got it anyway.
Would you like to give a nickname to Cursedtini?
Yes, I typed in Dark Sky.
Cursedtini was transferred to Box 3 in Amanita's PC.
Oh well, I sighed. I left the room and ran into Professor Juniper. Professor Juniper simply said, "No." Yes, no came up again. Kind of useless because there was no question. But I said yes anyway. I selected my Unpheasant and flew to Black City to see what the new Pokemon could do. When I clicked Summary in Box 3, I noticed that the sprite now had an animation. An animation that made my blood go cold. Cursedtini raised its left hand and dug its claws into the side of its head. Its cry played. It was a horrible, high-pitched grating noise, like when Fluffy was affected by the curse. Cursedtini's claw wiggled in its head. Its face turned a very pale color. Its eyes were sad. It was crying blood from its dead socket. It looked like it didn't want to do this, but some force was making it mince its brains into a thick goo. Blood spattered onto the side of its face. The cry kept going. It echoed through my brain. I couldn't move. I couldn't take my eyes off Cursedtini's claw. Blood splattered all over its head. A thick, pinkish-gray liquid trickled along the claw, rolling down its arm and dripping onto the floor. The grin on Cursedtini's face grew and grew until it wrenched its claw from its skull. A huge burst of hyper-realistic blood and brains flew everywhere, spurting out until Cursedtini fell down, dead. The entire animation took about a minute. I quickly clicked release. Text appeared at the bottom. I took a deep breath and read it.
You're trying to get rid of me.
Yes, no. I've never held back the truth. I clicked yes.
You think it's for my own good. You think I'm suffering.
I stared at the text. I couldn't believe it. Cursedtini had read my mind. But how? It was just some pixels and programming.
You don't believe, do you?
Yes, no. No.
I can make you believe.
Yes, no. No.
You don't want me. You don't want me?
I froze. I glared at the screen. No! I yelled.
Nobody wants me. I'm a curse. A curse. Like you. A curse like this world. I can free... At this point, I tore my copy of Pokemon Black out of my DS. I knew I hadn't saved. I deleted the mystery gift and my friend was coming over later to give me a proper Liberty Pass. I stopped and played Animal Crossing for a bit, but I went back to Black later. The start screen no longer showed Reshiram. It showed Cursedtini. On the top of the screen it read, We're friends. Forever.